So now that Terrifier 3 has become a global phenomenon and a box office smash, we're all eagerly awaiting Terrifier 4. Today, I want to give you guys some of my theories about Terrifier 4. Hey, what is up everybody? Nick here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about Terrifier 4. I want to talk to you guys about some of my theories, what I expect to see, what I hope to see, and then little things in between there. Look, I'm a big Terrifier fan at this point. I caught Terrifier right before Terrifier 2 came out, and I really enjoyed it. I saw Terrifier 2 in its limited run when it first came out, and it blew me the frick away. Like, it was just clear, knock my socks off, incredible. Terrifier 3 was more of the same with Terrifier 2, and I honestly didn't expect it to match the hype. But guess what? It did. As we saw in Terrifier 3, there were a lot of loose ends left that need to be tied up. There are a lot of questions, and there's a lot of things just kind of hanging there waiting for us to figure out the answers to all of them in presumably Terrifier 4. My first theory about Terrifier 4 is this: Jonathan isn't dead. I simply do not believe in a series as unforgiving, unrelenting, and mean as the Terrifier series that they would kill one of our co-lead characters off screen. There's just no way that would happen. I believe that Vicky and Art were intentionally messing with Sienna. I think that they wanted to break her down so she would give up. It was clearly a lie. I believe the scene where we see Sienna on the phone with Jonathan right before that supposedly happened was key, because I think that was our hint that he got out right before they could find him. And I think that in a last-ditch effort, they were like, well, let's just lie and say we killed him and maybe it'll break her down. So I fully expect Elliot Fulham to be back in Terrifier 4. My next theory about Terrifier 4 is that Sienna is going to go to hell. Yes, literally hell, to try to save Gabby. Now, before any of you hear that and go, well, that doesn't really make much sense. How could she go to hell? Well, she already did. In Terrifier 2, where she's in that, tank of water after she's been stabbed, she's in hell. She is basically leaving the mortal coil, and she's kind of stuck in between. She's already been to hell and come out of it. I think in Terrifier 4, we're going to see Sienna go down there and get Gabby, because I do not believe that Gabby's dead, and I do believe she probably will save Gabby. Now, personally, do I really care all that much? Not really. I wasn't a huge fan of Gabby. I mean, I understand why they introduced these characters. You kind of had to, because, everything that happened in Terrifier 2. So, I get it, but I do think that's where they're going. And I think them going to hell could actually really create some cool situations, some insane imagery, and some great fight sequences. So yeah, I think that's gonna happen. My next theory about Terrifier 4 is that it's going to be holiday themed again. But this time, I think it's gonna be Easter. And the reason I say that is because, one, it's the rumor going around right now, so I think a lot of people are saying that. But two, and most importantly, I think it makes sense because Terrifier 3 really played up the good versus evil, the satanic versus the angelic. That was a Christianity, and blasphemy was a big deal in Terrifier 3. The imagery, the metaphors, the symbolism were everywhere. I think that with this next movie, probably venturing into hell, I just think it makes sense. I think that it will probably take place around that time of year. Now, you're going to have to explain the 4-month or so time jump and why she hadn't been going after Gabby in that intermediate area there. I don't know. I'm sure they'll have an explanation for it. But I really think we're going to see some Easter eggs and some Easter Bunny in Terrifier 4. My next theory about Terrifier 4 is that Jonathan and Sienna's dad is going to play a larger role in the film. Now, we got it teased in Terrifier 2, and then we got a little bit of meat on that bone in Terrifier 3. We actually got to see their father, learn a little bit more about him. But there's a lot of questions there still. No matter how many times you've watched the movie and parsed through all the details, you're still asking questions. And I think Terrifier 4 is going to bring that full circle. I think we're going to get all the answers that we need regarding what happened to him and why, and how he knew what he knew, how this was all borne out. I think all of that is going to be answered in Terrifier 4. My next two are more predictions, not really theories. And the first prediction is Terrifier 4 is going to cross $100 million at the global box office. Now, Terrifier 3 is not going to reach that milestone, sadly. It has an outside chance, but probably not. But it's going to get close enough, and it's clearly garnered a lot of attention at this point to where you can go, yeah, I could see that. This is kind of the next big deal. And I think Terrifier 4 is just going to follow in the footsteps of the previous two films before it, where each time a new one comes out, it's bigger and bigger. And I think Terrifier 4 will be no exception to that. And my final prediction for Terrifier 4 is this. I do not think it will be the end of Art the Clown. Now, Damien Leone has said that he's got this mapped out as the end. Everybody involved has pretty much said, yeah, Damien has pictured it to be like 4 movies. It's going to be the end of the clown saga, as they're calling it. I just don't see that happening. Do I think it'll be the end for Sienna and Jonathan and all these characters? Yes, 100%. Will it be the end for Art the Clown himself? Not a chance. No way. See, Cineverse and Bloody Disgusting and everybody involved should realize by now they've created the next great horror icon. And, you know, Freddy's Dead tried to kill off theirs and then realized, oh, there's still money in this. Friday the 13th tried to do it too. So did Halloween. Eventually, you'll come to realize that you cannot do that. Audiences want it, and you need to keep delivering for audiences. And with Terrifier 3 being a massive success, and Terrifier 4 I'm predicting being even bigger, how do you walk away from that? And before anybody goes, well, it's not just about the money, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that these companies will realize that, and that's why they're not going to let it go. I feel like there are plenty of stories you can tell with Art the Clown that don't have to involve Sienna. They just don't have to. This character can evolve, we can reboot, we can retool, we can just do a whole new timeline, prequels, whatever it is, I don't care. I just think there is so much meat on the bone there, and there's absolutely no way the Terrifier 4 is going to be the end for Art the Clown. But I want to hear down below what you guys think of some of my predictions and theories about Terrifier 4. Do you agree with all of them, some of them, or none of them? Do you have others that I didn't mention? Please comment down below in the comment section and let me know. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel. This is Nick of the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.